fellas, we're back. How long has it been? Like
3 weeks, I think.
3 weeks.
2 weeks?
A month.
Definitely more than 2 weeks. Haven't seen you guys in a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Back in the quarantine. I mean, we're still in the same place.
You know, the first 2 weeks, bro, it felt like it was nice. It felt like, but now the last couple weeks, it's like hitting on me hard since I guess Passover.
Nah, I mean, you went for a drive today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you also go for a drive today, Ronnie?
Yes, I did. It
For a
was so
drive.
nice. It was like, you know, getting an itch. But
Yeah, man.
what?
Yes.
But the streets, guys, the streets are dead.
You know, actually, no. Last week when I drove, last week I didn't drive. All of Passover I didn't drive. So right before that, I drove. It was legit dead. Today, whenever I was driving the highway, bro, I had a lot of cars. I had a lot more cars than a week and a half ago.
No, the highways are still pretty busy. It's just like when you go on local roads. It's not. But all right, enough about the quarantine. We already talk about it too much, and a lot of people talk about it. So today we're going to talk about a specific topic: phones.
Your phone versus my phone.
The new iPhone came out this past week, and to celebrate that, we want to talk about our first phones, not the first, but our favorite classic phone. So, Danny, why don't you start? What was your favorite?
Honestly, I noticed back in the day that everybody used to have the Razor, and I found that like being one of the best phones. Not the best phones, but one of those like the coolest phones.
You had it?
I kind of like the way it looked. Well, if we're talking about like old school, that's one of the phones that I actually like the look of it. They made it like classic, but at the same time it's like thin, because all the phones were like bulky. You know, like it was like, and when you close it, it had that sound, the click, like as if you own a phone.
You know how much that goes for right now? It's like $300-400.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Classic.
recently it's been picking up.
Yeah, but that's if you have like the original one, like sealed and everything.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
collectible.
The new one. I think touchscreen Razor.
Yeah, it was such little hype though. Like, you're right, it came out and then nobody spoke about it after.
It came out already?
That Razor, the new generation one, yeah, it came out.
I remember seeing an ad for it, but yeah, like you said, bro, I guess that's what it was. Like a hype came out and died.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
You can't bring back something like that because we're so ahead of that technology already that yeah, the flip is cool, but like it's also the phone is very wide. It doesn't have like the fun of having like a nice small phone.
Mhm.
But
Depends what size you like. Some people like it big, some people like it small. Depends on.
the question, guys, the size matter.
Yeah,
So,
like when the phone is like small like this, you know,
even that's big, bro. My phone, I have the Huawei.
the hand so well.
Mm-mm,
Great.
not for me. This is too much, bro. Look at this, bro. Before the phones were like this, bro. They were like very, very thin. Now, bro, they're all huge. My last phone before this was the Samsung S7, right? That was small, but even still, you know,
No, it was
like,
still pretty big though.
Than the
yes, even still, that was small, but even still was big. You know, but I couldn't find anything smaller. I did find smaller phones, but the specs were whack. You know, it's like I don't want to freaking sacrifice the specs for the size of the phone. You know, because then I'm just gonna go get a bigger phone, but have good specs. Have a better phone with better specs. You know.
Aren't you looking for like a bulletproof phone or something? You got this.
Oh God, no, that's my parents' house. And besides, the phone was whack. It was like one of those Asian phones. I mean, all these phones are Asian.
know?
That thing was waterproof, dustproof. It was like rugged, like for I guess construction workers, bro. You could drop it off a 6-story building, maybe even more. It's not gonna break, you know.
Did you check it?
No, I didn't check it, but it was durable. It really was durable. It had like 8 gigs of RAM, which was good, and like a good hard drive. But you know, like you can have a device with a lot of specs in it, but if it's not made correctly, or if the software is also not there, bro, the hardware could be there, but if the software can't read it, you know, like it's not gonna do any good. That's why all these brands, you know, like high-end brands, you pay them and you get good specs, and they work seamlessly with the phone. Whenever you get that freaking Chinese crap, like I got, it's called a Doji S60. So, clearly, they're not paying me, bro. So, sorry, guys.
The one that I had was, I don't know if you guys remember this. Nokia became like cool for like a very short while, but I loved it. It was basically it had like a button on the side, like over here, basically,
I think I know where
and
you.
that button kind of flipped it open,
Oh, nice.
and there was no antenna. That was one of the first phones that didn't have like an outside antenna, like the one that's sticking out. And at the time, I remember it had a radio on it.
Yeah,
So,
and I remember. I remember you had that phone with a radio and like.
so I used to think I was so cool because I had radio on my phone because nobody had that. Nobody had. This is before the iPhone came out, so like everybody had an iPod and the phone at the time, and they would ask me like, why would you want to have it all in one thing? If you could just have an iPod, you have all your songs there, whatever. And then iPhone came out, and everybody was like, oh, now it's cool to have everything in one device. But I remember I used to like sit in class because I got that phone with the radio, and I would like run the headphones up my sleeve, and I would just like kind of listen to it. It was like music, and it was the same song usually. You know how it is, like Z100.
Yeah.
But like it was a flex basically. It was like, oh, I have a radio on my phone. I was like very into Nokia at the time. Like I always had Nokias until I had an iPhone, and I didn't switch since.
Nokia's made
He thought
good.
about it. He thought about it.
I had a Nokia. What was the name? Lumi? I don't remember what it was called. It had like the 40 megapixel camera.
Oh, I remember it had like a
Lumina,
huge
Lumina?
camera on the back of it.
It's called Lumina, Nokia Lumina thing.
Yes, I
I
think
think,
so.
yeah.
Did you Google it?
No, I just remembered it.
Yeah, good memory. Yeah, it had like 40 megapixels. Camera was red, very sleek. The only thing that sucked was that it had that Windows operating system, which was still like I guess new at the time. So it didn't have many of the like current apps. Like it didn't even have Snapchat, bro. Like Snapchat.
It was a while before Snapchat, I think.
No, it was a while before.
Oh, Snapchat was out already, bro. I remember I had to download some program. It's like it's like a emulator type of thing, bro. I had to download a program to run like through that program to run Snapchat. It was stupid and it was weird and it was annoying. You know, like however, the only good thing that I had out of that, if I made a screenshot, it wouldn't notify you because I'm going through a different like proxy or whatever.
No, but you know something? I actually just remembered I did have another phone in between all my iPhones because I sold one and I didn't buy the next one yet. So like it was that period in between. I don't know how I got my hands on that phone, but I had a HTC HD2, I think it was called. They also had an operating system, the Windows one,
Yeah.
and it was huge. And I was like, I can't do this. Like this is so bad. And like I think I like ended up just selling it again and then getting the next iPhone with that money. Like I kept kind of trading it in. But since then I stayed with iPhone, which was like since 2010, I think 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a loyal customer.
Committed customer.
Apple.
What?
10 years, loyal customer for Apple.
Yeah, committed.
Yeah, they give me discounts.
Yeah, maybe they'll endorse you for this video.
This video is not sponsored in any way by Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rafi, what about you? What was your phone?
Honestly, one of the first phones I ever I didn't have a phone until I was almost 18. But I really liked it. Wasn't the Razor, it was the Crazer. It was like the Razor but thinner.
Oh, I remember that one. It was like very thin. It was like like an inch.
And it was like, yo, it doesn't. You don't even know that it's in your pocket. You take it out, flip it, whatever. You do what you gotta do. Text or whatever. It was like maybe less than 2 inches wide. I liked that a lot. It was a little thicker than the Razor, but I liked that one. And then my first phone was a smartphone. It was the
HTC MyTouch 4.
Yeah.
4G.
4G. That's when 4G just came out, but I had 3G on the phone.
I hated that phone, bro.
But I got that
phone on you.
And I had to beg my parents to get it. I was begging them for years. I didn't really need a phone. I just needed a phone to hang out with you guys, call you to see where you are, to where to pick you up, this and that.
Yeah. You know, I remember before Rafi having the phone, right? We were still hanging out, all of us. So this is before Rafi had the phone. We used to call his house phone.
I remember that.
My mom's phone. Oh
No,
no,
your house phone,
Oh,
bro. I
yeah.
tried
Oh,
to
it's for
call
your
up.
house.
yeah.
I called recently. I actually called you. I accidentally almost dialed your parents' house.
You should have.
Huh?
You should have.
I should have.
Cut
I
off.
still remember your parents' house number. I don't know if they still have that number?
My parents?
No, Simcoe's parents, 0070.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say it on the video then.
You know.
5550.
Do you guys remember when sidekicks were a thing?
Yeah.
I hated
Like,
that time.
so they had Sidekick, then Sidekick 2, and then all those other ones, right?
Three.
But then they came out with Sidekick ID, which is like, I guess you could say the SE of the time, because it was like kind of like a weaker version of it, more budget. But it had nothing. It didn't have a camera. It didn't have anything on it.
Did it
So
flip
it
or
like kind of
slide up?
downgraded. No, that one like kind of flipped like that. But like everybody got it. I remember, and everybody was flexing with it because it came in like different colors. And that was the time I had my Nokia, and I was basically Android at the time, and all of them were iPhones because I was like, look how much I can do with my phone. They're like, yeah, but you don't have aim, and we do. Because like it had aim. That's why everybody got that one.
No, AIM, bros. I think AIM single-handedly made the Sidekick, bro.
That's what it was. That's exactly what everybody got it for.
God, bro.
And
You know, with
then
me,
Blackberries took over, and people had BBM, if you remember.
yeah. Oh god, that was an annoying time period.
And then they tried to get BBM on iPhones, and it like didn't work. It became like a WhatsApp, like any other messenger.
But the iMessage is nice compared to the like BBM. I think it's nice because it lets you know when.
That's what it is. So like BBM kind of like transitioned into iMessage for iPhones. Like it became like a cult between iPhone users to have iMessage. And anybody that knows this, like if you're texting somebody from the outside, it's green, and with iMessage it's blue. So it's like it added to that cult.
With me, my favorite phone, it was actually my first phone. It was the LG Envy. That phone was phenomenal, bro. I freaking loved it. It wasn't too wide, right? Because it flips. So I have a small little screen, like maybe an inch or something, right, in the front. But it was good enough for me to see, like you could quickly read a text message, dial, and whatever you need. You can even access the camera, but again, it's a small screen. But whenever you flip the phone open, you have a full view. But that phone, bro, I loved
Was it that phone that whenever someone called, you never picked up?
No, that wasn't.
Every phone.
That phone wasn't it because that was my first phone and it was a good phone. Usually, when people get their first phone, they get a whack phone, right? Like I remember my brother got a phone. He got some crap. I don't remember what it was. But
Bro, they had the SGH, that silver one that everybody had.
probably. But whenever I got my first phone, bro, I went with my mom to Verizon, and she let me pick out the phone. I remember even my brother, he got pissed. He was like, "Why does he get a good phone?" Whenever I had my first phone, he had like some whack phone, and he gets a good phone that flips and everything. It like had at that time that was like a sick phone. Like it had so many features. He had the whole QWERTY keyboard. Internet was whack, but like it was the internet. But I freaking loved it, man. And then from there, I went from LG NV1, and then I went to the second one, and then I got robbed, and then after whatever, well, I got a third one. Third one was my least favorite, but still nice. The third one was already a lot wider. It was a little bit thinner. No, it was flat. It was flat. It was a nice phone too, but I wasn't crazy about it. I
It
remember
wasn't the one. It wasn't like the home base type of phone that you had.
You know what it was? It was a front screen was like a lot more limited. The phone itself looked nice. It was flat. It's like imagine a little brick split into two type of thing. It was maroon color, if you guys remember. I really liked that phone a lot, but like it wasn't my favorite. Like the first one or the second one, I don't remember which was like it for me. Like I really
The
like.
one that I used to ask a girl out for prom. Your phone.
What the hell was that? I think that was the first one, bro.
Was it the first one?
I think so.
That's why I remember that phone so well. But
now everyone's phone looks the same, bro. It's like a freaking body of some sort.
now it's the case that makes the phone. Like having a case on it, that's what, like mine is green. I don't know if you can see on the camera.
Blue. Black.
But like I don't know, man. Before phones had like exciting like looks to it. Now, no matter what, they're all like rectangle. Some of them are slimmer, thicker, different type of bezel shapes and whatever.
I think
But
this,
also,
Everybody's
this is
trying to
why
get out of the
iPhones came out with the. This is why iPhones came out with the screen that they have, with the notch on top.
Yeah,
Is to show that it's
different.
different.
Yeah, but now they all do that, bro. And now they have Android.
The whole thing's gonna be without anything. Just
Now they have
No, but what I'm saying is that like that's why they always change the look of the camera. That's why they always put a notch like on top, because this one you can see that this is a different phone from like the cheaper ones. You know, not just between iPhones and Androids, but like between iPhones and iPhones. Like the cheaper ones don't have it. They have like the home button.
space.
What was that?
They have. What do they have? They have like space on the top and bottom.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing closed off on top and closed off on the bottom. But
you know, let's fast forward to current phones, right? I just signed up on some newsletter thing. I saw a phone being advertised yesterday. I honestly don't even remember what it's called, but it has 16 gigabyte RAM. It has 500 gig or 512 gigabyte storage. It has like one of the newest or most current, I guess, Snapdragon processors. The camera is too much, bro. The camera, it's like the front camera is 40 megapixels. The back camera has two of them. One of them is the secondary camera is like 50 megapixels, and the primary camera is 100 megapixels. It's way too much for me, you know. Like,
which phone?
And one more thing, it had like a ring right around the camera, and it had like a series of I think 8 or 6 LEDs for the flash. And then like the phone also has like a very like different type of like design. It's not like a bar. It's like it curves in over here, you know, like has like a angle to it. It's a pretty interesting phone. It's made out of a stainless steel frame. Like all phones are currently started being made, you know, like all these luxury stuff. So I am really interested in it. Truthfully, I really love my phone, the Huawei, but with this whole thing, I don't know, with the whole ban and whatever, I cannot get the newer ones, or they won't work. So like I was looking for the next best thing because it's been already almost 2 years, right? And it's like I want to soon get a new one. So this phone I found, they don't have a price yet. They're supposed to announce it like sometime soon. I asked them when, how long is soon? Because I'm reading at comments and I see people saying, yo, you guys have been advertising this phone for 2 years now. Damn, yo, you know, like, but then like the guy, whoever, the company itself, they're like very active and they're like, yes, we're already very, very close. We're going to be announcing everything soon. We're going to be announcing the retail price and so on. So, and because I was like, I signed up, they said that whoever signs up for the first 1,000 people and shows the counter or whatever, they get like 50% off the retail price. So I'm assuming it's either gonna be $2,000 phone retail, you know, because of the high specs, and it'll be $1,000, or it's gonna be $1,000 to 500. But more realistically, it'll probably be $1,000 after the 50 off.
Yeah, probably $1,000 after discount.
Mm-hmm.
So let's before we wrap this up, why don't we go over what's going on right now? So it just came up on Twitter right now. Apparently, Kim Jong-un is in grave danger following surgery. Some inside source in North Korea found out about it, that he had some kind of a private surgery, and he's in danger right now.
Oh shoot!
I wonder how they find this stuff out, though.
Yeah, how are they gonna leak this, bro?
Yeah, isn't it like?
Aren't they like
let's get into
no internet?
That's probably why nobody knew that he was in danger. Maybe he had somebody come from another country to help him.
Or maybe it could be like inside leak, like not a real leak.
Maybe they did it themselves. Could be.
No, it could be a distraction. It could be fake, is what I'm saying. It could be that it's a fake leak, you know?
The whole world is distracted
with the world.
Everybody would know about it right away, you know what I mean?
No, not from North Korea, though.
Bro, we don't know what's going on in China. If the government is closed or the whatever country is like not spreading, we're not gonna find out unless we have an insider there, you know? What else is there, Ronnie?
So the next thing is, this one was actually pretty funny. It's trending. The term impeached President Trump is trending. Apparently, yeah, impeached. Like they named somebody named him impeached. Basically, Kayleigh McEnemy. I have no idea who she is, but she's someone in politics. Maybe you guys know who she is. So she corrected somebody else who said Trump says blah blah blah, right? So she corrected her saying he's not Trump, he's President Trump. And then the whole Twitter world was like, it's actually impeached President Trump.
Is that the correct term?
I have no idea, but I was hoping one of you guys can shed some light on that.
I mean, to some degree, but I don't think so because it never passed. Like I remember the whole thing impeached, but it was never passed as a thing. But apparently, it was still considered as an impeachment. However, it's just not like a finalized one. I don't know. I'm not like into.
Oh, I guess it's like he's like one of those other ones that got impeached. So technically, he carries that term, but like obviously, no one's.
Is there type of thing,
He didn't get kicked out. He got impeached. He did the whole thing. Didn't go.
What I'm saying. He just got impeached though. Like the impeachment happened, it just didn't go to the next step.
Was he the first one to get impeached?
What?
Who?
Was he the first one to get impeached?
No.
Oh, there was three before him.
You forgot about Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton apparently didn't get impeached. I don't think he did.
He had, I think he had the same thing happen. Like he was up for impeachment, and then it never had, never went through.
He filled his whole term, I believe.
No, but
didn't leave.
So is Donald Trump. I'm just saying that
he did not.
They're in the same status, basically.
Woman.
And again, I don't know politics like that very much. Or
if anybody wants to correct any of us, please, leave some comments because we don't know anything about politics. Or maybe teach us something.
Maybe something to.
Just don't fight in the comments. I know people like to do that.
No, why, bro? Let them fight in the comments.
Okay, fight in the comments.
Correct us. Correct us.
So, no, go ahead.
Tell me that your Nokia phone is better than my Huawei. Or why Android versus iPhone. We all know that Android wins, but whatever,
That's what we iPhone users tell you guys, so you guys can stop fighting us. All right, so the next thing, I guess we can end with this. So Singapore unveils cartoon superheroes to battle COVID-19 in a parallel world. So apparently the government in Singapore, they released, just different things like cartoons that are like superheroes who fight COVID-19. So I thought that was pretty cool. But, I guess that side of the world, they love all that stuff, like cartoons and whatever. So it was cool.
The animated thing? Or
no, it's more. No, it looks like more of like the superheroes that we kind of grew up on, like those classic looking ones, the cartoon stuff. I wish I can show it, but that's what they look like.
Yeah, like
Avatar.
Yeah, like
Marvel.
Like Marvel.
Yeah,
very like comic book
and all that stuff.
I mean, it's nice for the kids and stuff to get their mind off it. I don't even know how it is in Singapore.
Hayden, bro, it looks more like current DC movies, cartoon animated cartoons.
That's what it is. It's like very close to China, but like I don't know.
What else?
That's it. Anything else you guys want to add?
I know that today the oil industry went down.
Yeah, how does that work if it goes to the negatives? Like,
went to the negative?
Yeah, it went to the negatives.
The first time in history.
I know.
Gas goes up, something like that.
What?
The gas might go up because of that.
No, gas goes down. No.
No, the thing is the contract. Something about the contract ending in May, right? May contract is coming or something. So a lot of people are dumping their own their shares. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, but if it goes negative,
all day I saw that on my Facebook, bro.
From what I understand, if it goes negative, is that they're gonna pay you to get oil from them. It's kind of like, it's kind of like if you have like an old couch and you'll pay somebody to take it out of your house just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants that couch. So it's the same thing.
Nobody's getting oil right now.
Solar.
He's at home. When's the last time you filled up oil?
A month and a half ago, bro.
Exactly. Nobody needs oil right now.
I'm still on 75% tank.
The buses are all electric. Maybe cabs, but nobody's using oil.
Yeah, but it's not like a massive thing anymore like it was before. See what happens.
Stepping up, yeah. I'm waiting for all these electric cars to have some sort of add-on, or even built like the hood will be like solar panel. You know.
It wouldn't be enough though. That whatever energy you get throughout the day wouldn't be enough.
Well, no, you'll have to be, on top of it. It's like having a full tank of gas or a full battery. You have about 300 miles. So whenever you're like close to your 300 miles, you have like that extra. It's like still charging, but not enough. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. It's like a backup. But the thing with electric charge is that, like electric cars in general, is that when you fill up gas, you don't really think about it so much. But when you fill up gas, you fill it up literally 5 minutes and you're out.
Yeah.
Whereas with electric cars, forget finding the charger. You have to like wait there for like 30 minutes to get like a decent charge, So
How long?
imagine filling up gas for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you really have to take time of your day to do it,
Some people have it even in the malls now, so you can go to the mall, hang out in the mall while it's getting charged.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's cool. But like, most of the time, when do you fill up gas? You just on your way wherever you got to go, 5 minutes stopover. And even that you usually don't want to do.
You know what?
You're too lazy to do that.
You know what headache with all this is? So Tesla chargers and like all these other brands, they're not apparently compatible. So I find that annoying. I figured they would like make a universal thing.
What do you mean? Oh, like Tesla and then another electric car?
The Ford e-machine, you can't charge it in the Tesla charger station.
That's kind of weird.
Tesla has their own charging station. Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess it's like when phones came out and each one had their own charger, and then slowly now they're all going to USB-C.
It's annoying, bro. Imagine going cross country, and you have a freaking.
Don't take
Don't take your electric car. Take your Tesla.
Take a bike.
I feel like that's for like if you can afford having a second car. Electric is a nice car to have, but not like unless you want to have like a not such a good car, like as your backup in case your Tesla runs out of electricity or whatever. Like you have to take it somewhere, the car.
Yeah, but you see, having an electric car is not a luxury. It's a people who are really into it. They're into it as like say like you have a nice one watch and then like again a secondary watch just like for whenever you feel like chilling out. No, a lot of people who get these Teslas or whatever, they're like really into it. Like either because they want to do the change, like the whole like eco whatever, right? Clean air or whatever it is. A lot of people that are really into it. Or
no, I mean it's nice to be into it, but you have to be able to afford it too.
Oh yeah.
So I think for now electric cars are still kind of on the luxury side, but maybe they'll get like now they have the Model 3, the Model Y, I think, where it's like more on the budget side, so like for more people to be able to afford. Like the Model 3 is like 40,000, but that's still a pretty luxury price. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. Decent cars are like around like say an Ultima, where they run around 25 right?
to 30.
25.
25, 30, like pretty much would be a little bit.
30 will get you like 30, 35 even will get you like the fully loaded,
with the V6
all the way, yeah. But then you go to the Tesla and then the cheapest one is like 36, 37.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, electric cars aren't there yet to be like, you get like to
be mainstream.
Prius, an electric car?
Yeah, it's like
that,
hybrid. It's like half and half. They say.
Oh, it's a hybrid. I thought that it was fully electric. No.
All right, guys. Let's see. Ronnie, anything else? Yeah.
No, that's it. That's everything I had today. Anything else from you guys?
I'm done.
All right,
No.
Rafi, let us out.
This has been SimPod. We're out.
Peace.